All right,
Yay.
so good afternoon, everyone. I trust everyone's having an amazing Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. It's pretty incredible here at Landed for Success. You know, we've now grown from a little idea from my good friend JJ Canton here at Toronto to something that's grown now locally, nationally, internationally. So wherever you're coming in from right now and watching, if you could do us a huge favor, maybe type a number one in the comments so we can acknowledge you for being here. And also maybe even just type in, where are you from? Like your name, where you're from, so we can acknowledge you for being here as well. And so I don't want to take too much time. I want to keep this really informal. I have a very amazing friend here. I've known her for like maybe a year and a half to 2 years. And so some people say, well, that's not a long time. But you know, when there's some individuals that you meet and you feel like you've known them for life. This young lady, I have so much respect for. She's an incredible businesswoman. And more importantly, you know, when you look at Erika and her husband Pierre and her two beautiful boys, family is very important to her. So it's not just about making money, but family is important, and helping other people is very important for her as well. And she has been a huge part of helping us here at Landed for Success with the success of our growth in the last year as well. And when I had heard that Erika, this was months ago, was going to be an author, and you know, part of our 18 authors in Landed for Success, I went, yeah, right? It was like winning, for me, it was like winning a Super Bowl or a World Cup. So without further ado, you guys, I want you to meet Erika Aguilar. Erika,
Oh my
welcome.
God. Oh my God, Gordon. So this is so exciting. I can't believe I'm out of words. It's not it's not usual. Thank you so much. And you said something that is super important for me. And right away, it took me to a part in the moment when I was writing my chapter, family. And you know what? I just discovered something. This is crazy. 24 years ago, I did everything. I knew that I was going to do everything that I wanted to do because of my family, that I was back home. So many things had happened that until I'm serious, until right now, it just clicked to me because of the conversation that we had before coming live. It just clicked to me that it's exactly what I wanted.
Wow.
And okay, so I just took a minute and a half to say that, but
That's
thank you so
okay.
much.
You take your time, Erika. This is your time to shine.
Wow. So who am I? Who am I? Erika Aguilar. I live in Toronto area in Canada. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a visionary, and I'm also a leader. This is who I am. I'm a mom, two beautiful, super exciting all the time boys. They're twin boys, almost 13 years old. So that
Now,
keeps
Erika,
me keep
before you
busy.
go, before I don't mean to interrupt you. Have your boys ever tried to trick you to try to pretend to be the other one? Has that ever happened?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Let's maybe if you got a story later, share that. Please go back to
Oh yes, yes. And you know what? I think that's one of the benefits of being twins, that they can play that game, right?
that's funny.
So my husband and I as well, like Pierre, myself, we are very committed to, well, the businesses that we have, obviously the family and traveling a lot, and everything that it has to do with including as well my family back home in Peru.
Yes.
And it's really, it warms my heart to know that with everything and that we do, and the opportunities that we take in business, we think of how are we going to, like when we travel and we go back home to my family, and as well to try to include them and different opportunities. It has allowed me to go back home and even extend that opportunity to my family. That's
Well,
how, in a way, committed it is. We are
right.
because he travels for work. He has his own company as well. And I
Yeah.
left at one point for 7 weeks to go and build a business with my family in Peru. So,
Wow. In
and
Peru.
and that
Seven
was,
weeks, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was the first time. Then it was 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because we needed to that was before we can do everything online, obviously.
Well,
So
Erica, I'll tell you what, I think Pierre is a Superman, 7 weeks. I know there are times when my wife goes away for a weekend for a convention, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you've been gone for too long. So 7 weeks, my hat off to Pierre.
he is amazing, definitely, definitely. But it would not happen if we didn't have a common goal, if we
Okay.
were not committed in the same way, like I said, to my heritage, to my family, and as well, so that the boys will keep that relationship with my relatives. So pretty much that's the person who I am. I take it very seriously whenever anybody who will come into for advice in business. Perhaps you don't have that first impression about myself, but in the background, let's say that this is what is always taking me. So, and you know what? The opportunities are always there in business. And I find that putting your family first ahead of your professional or your entrepreneurial life, it pays off greatly. And that's pretty much what it makes me, and that's how the experiences that I have in life, like that, have brought me to where I am today.
That's amazing, Erica. Family is so important, isn't it? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And there are
absolutely.
individuals who have sacrificed their business, their money
Mhm.
first ahead of their family. And today, some of those individuals are regretting those decisions that they made, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about today. Landed for Success. You as an author, Landed for Success, folks. If you guys are watching, next Tuesday is going to be the official launch of Landed for Success. There's a link here. If you would like to join Erika next Tuesday, please come and support her. Friends, family, whether you're in Peru, whether you're here, right? Get up. Like if you're in a different time zone, get up anyways and come and support Erika because she's going to share her version of a tech talk. You're going to hear her story. You're going to hear her story as to why she actually wrote a chapter in Landed for Success along with 18 other authors. And what we're asking of you is if you could please do us a huge favor, right? If you could do us a huge favor, help do Erika a huge favor. If you're a family friend, and associate, on Tuesday, go to Amazon, buy a copy of the Kindle version. If you have a Kindle, I think it's called Kindle Unlimited account,
Unlimited. Yeah.
you can get a copy for free. Is that amazing? For a limited time, you get a copy for free.
Right.
Or you could buy a copy at a really discounted price during the launch for something like $2.99.
Oh,
And
yeah.
right. And that's for less than a cup of coffee. And think of all the money you save think of all the coffee money you save during COVID. Right. So you can help Erika and all the 18 authors become a #1 international bestseller. Okay. So if you could do that on Tuesday, the 11th, that would actually be amazing.
Yes, yes, I invite everybody. I will have to make it super easy for everybody. On my profile, I'm gonna have the direct link to right on the, that's what it is, right? The profile, the bio.
Yeah.
I will have the direct link. Right now is the link that will take them to the event page, so they can follow all the authors and get to know them a little bit more. And on Tuesday, I will post the link directly that will take you to Amazon, so that it's super easy and super quick. I'm all about prioritizing. I'm all about organization and thinking and putting things super easy and available for you. So yes, that's definitely. And I will say something about Ladder for Success, the opportunity that to be part of this project as being amazing. I will say from the beginning, I didn't know how I was going to put my story together. How was I going to tell like 20 years plus of my life in a couple of pages, or a little bit more than a couple of pages, but how do you do that? And I will, with the support of the team in Land for Success, they made it happen pretty much. When I read back my chapter, I just like, I cannot believe it just came into,
Wow.
1,500, I think, or 1,000 words. Is and it's everything is there. Everything is there.
Yes.
And it's just the way that the team will. I mean, you guys know what you're doing when it comes to publishing books and chapters and telling people stories. So there is no
Yeah.
doubt that the final project, the
It's pretty
final
simple, isn't
result.
it? It's intimidating at first, isn't it, Erica? But once you get started, somebody writes a rough draft. That's it. You write a rough draft, and then Lindsay, who's our editor, does the rest with you. Tell me about that experience for you, Erica. How is that experience working with our editor, Lindsay?
Oh wow. She just have I didn't know. I should start by saying I didn't know exactly what her role will be,
Yeah.
because then I, as a recovered perfectionist that I am, still like I try to put as perfect little put together narrative as I could. And then when she took it and then she came back to me with what, I was surprised with all the different it is really, it's a story now. What I wrote, it was just like a couple of things here and there. That's what it feels like. She didn't change
Yes.
anything. It's just how she put it together. And so, but she's super, definitely professional. She's very approachable. It makes you feel like a writer. She really
Yes.
makes you feel like a writer. English is not my first language,
Mm.
and I never thought I could write as something part of a book in English, right? And it's there. So that's how good it feels to work with Lindsay. Definitely.
That's amazing. What um what do you think was one of your favorite experiences as you were writing?
I will say the community.
The community.
The community, working with one of my greatest friends, Kelly Chiasson,
Kelly
getting to know yourself, Jay, and the event that is put together every month for entrepreneurs, a networking event, and being part of it. When the team, other people who were on the team, but for because their life got so extremely busy and they were more popular, so they have to step out volunteering. Tammy Williams, Gabby Abdelgadir, Samantha Glass, and just to see that was that I call the community, and knowing that a book I was going to be part of coming from their work as well,
Yeah.
because that's what I find that it built more certainty. I will say,
Yeah.
especially in the past year, I knew there was something happening, right?
Right.
And to
Right.
see that forming that community and being part of it, and now a book coming out of that as well. I know the Landed for Success is going to have different editions of different books,
Yes.
which is fantastic. And so that's to me. I don't only take chapter in one in the first edition. I take the whole year of being part of Landed for Success with me.
That's amazing. Erica, you're part of some amazing communities now. You've got the Mary Kay community, you've got the Matrix community, and you have some amazing communities you're part of now. And you mentioned community. So why do you think this community, why do you think you were able to embrace this community so quickly? I know you mentioned some of the reasons, but why? Like, there's so many other communities you're part of.
Right. Well, I will tell you, Gordon. What I also feel is the ease that the team put together for all the entrepreneurs that they come and participate, and everyone. It's not my skincare business is better than your skincare business. It's the opposite. It's like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
How do we come together and have everybody who has a skin use a skincare?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's
Guinness,
yours or
right?
mine. Yours or
Look at
mine is
beautiful
not.
Erica's Guinness, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
So, and you talk a lot about another co-author with her business with Tupperware, and how so
Pamela.
seeing that,
Yes.
Pamela, so seeing that, how you as a co-founder of the Land for Success will in a way very genuinely
Yeah.
support her,
Yes.
and everybody sees the same thing. So that's what it makes everything be part of a community and people feel
Yeah.
welcome. That is one thing that and again, like there might be many other networking groups and and they are fantastic, I'm sure.
Yes.
But I feel like here, that's the common way of doing business. That's what it attracts as well.
That's amazing. I'm glad you said that and you've seen that, because I've also seen, Erika, how if the folks who could actually see some of the things that you have been able to support us with, not just an author, like a lot of our events, there's so many moving parts and things that I can't even begin to say, Erika, thank you for the stuff that you've been able to help with, so other entrepreneurs can participate, whether it's our virtual speed networking events or gifting sponsors, where they feel like this, they feel like they're wanted, right? It's a place they belong, where they could grow as well. So thank you for sharing that, Erika. You mentioned another book coming out. We will have another one, and I think we're more than half, if not. It's so crazy. I was going to say we're sold out. We're not. If we're not sold out, we're going to be very close to selling out the second book already with authors, because so many people are now saying what's going on here. And I think we may even have to circle back and say, hey, you know what? It's happened so quickly, so fast. We may even want to circle back and let some of the existing authors have the first right of refusal to be in the book, right? So that's kind of neat that we see authors that they're in like our second, their third, and their fourth, and their fifth book, and so on. But what would you say to somebody who may be watching and thinking, I may have a story.
Oh, yeah.
I may have a story, right? But I'm not really sure if my story is important.
Oh, man.
What would you say to someone like that?
I will, first of all, I will say, if you make it all the way to where you are today, you certainly have a story. If you don't have one, I don't know how you made it. Do you have a story to tell? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because whenever I remember certain parts of my life when I will make an important, extremely important decision, it has to do with knowing of somebody else's story, knowing of somebody else's path that they have gone through. So that, just by saying that, don't ever doubt that if your story is worth or not, put them in the book. Certainly it is. You never know who you are going to touch. How many people are out there waiting to know what would it happen. I mean, especially I would say since the past 10 years, where technology is a lot more involved and people are more into everything is online. We are not like waiting on the bus stop and listening to a conversation or somebody including you, because I remember that when 20 something years ago, when I would go to work and I would take a bus or I would be in a grocery store, people will talk to each other. We don't have like phones in our hands, or so then you will hear something, and from then I remember also listening to certain things. I'm like, oh, maybe I should try this. Oh, wow, I wanted to know more. I heard once, this is just unbelievable. A lady started talking to me, and her son was a missionary and had gone to Peru, when she asked me where I was from. And I told her, and then she's like, oh, my son was a missionary. He had gone to Peru. And then, unfortunately, it was an incident in that time, a lot of terrorism and all that her son has passed away. But there is one thing that she always remembers about that. It's like her son would say to her, you know what, Mom? I understand why people have to leave and flee these countries and go to. So she was always a person who was very welcoming.
Wow.
And she learned that so when I heard that, it wasn't a time where I didn't feel too welcoming in North American country to welcome, because my English wasn't like it was at the beginning when I arrived like 25 years ago. I learned English, and right, that was
now.
Oh my God. Well, I've been using it a lot. So, and to me, those little things, that's a story. That's a story for sure. And that is just one little example. When before I having children as well, like somebody would tell me certain things, and when I had mine, then I would remember. Like I was saying that nowadays everything is online, and we I totally embrace technology. I love technology so much, to the point that I have a robot that cooks for me. I'll tell you that another time. But I will say that if you have a story, now is the time that you put it in a book and then you pass it on to the next whoever person is going to pick up that book and read about it. Everybody has something to say.
That's amazing. And, if anybody is watching and you're a friend of Erica's, and if it's piqued your interest at all about thinking, hey, you know what? I may be interested in being one of the authors in one of her upcoming book series, please reach out to Erika. I mean, have a conversation with Erika and see if maybe there's a fit for you or not to be part of our Landed for Success community. Erika, my last question for you about the book would be, why do you think it was important for you to share your story?
I came to think that I think it's necessary for people who come from other countries. They will find something there. I know. I never read something than what I wrote. I can say that. If you did, tell me. But and the reason why is because I took the time to make it that way.
Yes.
And my family and the full support of my family, my husband, my kids as well. That it's very important. That's very important. And I think if anybody had ever thought about that, they perhaps it will, make him think again, twice, and see for themselves who they are right now, where they come from, and many things are possible more than just reaching certain financial status or like building amazing, wonderful businesses. There is a lot more than that. So that's why it was important to put it out there. I see that I'm very happy with what I wrote.
That's amazing. Yeah. And folks, please buy a copy of Land for Success. Read Erika's story. You'll love it. You will love her story. You're gonna love all the stories, right?
Yeah.
And most importantly, this coming Tuesday, come out and support Erika and hear her story. Hear her tell you her story on Tuesday, Erika. And in terms of your family, I love when you guys post your pictures on because we're friends on social media. I love it. You guys have a lot of fun together, and family is important. And somebody once said that the family that plays together, stays together. You guys are so playful. It's just incredible. So thank you for being such an inspiration there as well. Yeah.
Thank you. And there is one thing that I always like to say, like, you know what, it's a lot more than just the pictures. We love to post pictures. This is why we post them. And traveling, when we go somewhere when it is like 13 hours different, trust me, my kids are not in their best behavior at that moment.
Yeah, hey kids, you sit there like I'm not your parent. Like, pardon, sir? No, those aren't my kids. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm one of those moms that they're just like, look at them from far. Whose kids are those, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's normal. It's life, and that is going to happen whether we are home sitting around the kitchen table or if we are all the way out in Dubai, right? They're still going to do stuff. So I will enjoy the beach. And
it's amazing.
But it all comes to the point that I have this thing that I always tag is show them the world, and I think it is the best way for them, for my kids to feel or to get to know other cultures is number one. To be more appreciative as well of everything that we can bring, and then we can take them to. Also very inclusive, and they are. I find that I'm not gonna tell them things the way I see them, because I grew up in another area and another country. So they will make their own decisions, but also based on our values.
That's amazing.
So that's very important for us. And
well, I am so proud of how you and Pierre are giving them those experiences, right? And helping them with staying with their culture at home in Peru. Right? You take them and here. So keep up the good work. Erika, before you go, I again just want to remind the folks, If any of you actually want to get a book early, talk to Erika only if you're ready to read it and give Erika a 5-star review. Okay, because we're looking for a few people, not a lot of a lot right now, because we want everyone to see if we can buy the book all together on Tuesday, so we can help drive the author's the #1 bestseller. But if there's a few of you, you're just itching and dying, you say, I got to read Erika's story, reach out to Erika and she can show you how to get a copy. But if you do that, go give her a 5-star review. Because if you're going to give her a 4-star review, we know where you live, right? No, I'm just we want an honest review. So if you want to read her story and give her a 5-star review, so it helps with the algorithm, reach out to and have a conversation with Erika. Erika, before you go, this has been a great conversation. I want to thank some of the folks watching. I don't see everybody. I see Eric here, not Eric, Ravi and Kelly and so on. Thank you so much for you guys for being here. Couple of fun questions. Would you be okay with a couple of fun questions so people will get to know you a bit more?
Yes.
Number one, what is your favorite color?
Red.
Red.
You don't see any red around me. You don't see red around me, but it is red.
I thought you were going to say pink,
I adore pink, but I will tell you, I really like red, vibrant.
Okay. So maybe when COVID's over and we do the book launch live, we do a live book launch. Can you see having a red carpet, wearing a red dress?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Red carpet. I can see that. My
Or
shoes are going to be lost.
When we do our Think and Grow Rich Gala.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
There will be a Think and Grow Rich Gala that will be happening.
Wow, I'm looking forward. I will tell you, I'm looking forward anything, all the events that they will come together. That's when we met the first time at one of the events that you were hosting.
Yes.
And I know that they are magnificent. So
yes, I'm
definitely looking forward to back to, especially with intention. Like that's the word that Kelly always said. And it has so much meaning in different aspects. Going to events where that because we still can do a lot of stuff online, but those type of events where you get to know author, where you get to spend time with other people that can collaborate with you, and the one Think and Grow Rich, because to celebrate that movie and to celebrate everything that other people would have perhaps learned so much from that. That needs to be a live event.
Can you imagine, Erika, one day we take our 18 authors, or maybe by our third book, we have like 60 authors. And we take, you and I just talked about our friend, Elliot Hiller, who's now in the UK. What a gentleman. He's been taking care of his mom, who's not well, for 5 or 6 years now. Can you imagine? He had already retired in Malta. Wow. So what if we could take our 60 authors, we could all fly to Malta, and friends and families that want to come and join us in Malta could do that. And we actually have a book launch there. We have our mastermind there. Maybe we have like Baron John Shin from Think and Grow Rich, The Legacy. Maybe he could come in. And one of his friends is Mario Lopez from Dancing with the Stars. And yes. You could wear your red dress, and we could have a gala, and we could have our dance and our celebration of our launch there. What do you think of that?
Wow, the possibilities are endless. Absolutely. Yeah. Like just imagine all of that. Like everybody wants to be proud of it. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to wrap up with 2 very quick questions here. What's your favorite ice cream?
I like chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay.
Soft serve with a chocolate melt on top. That's what I should say.
Okay. And my last question for you, Erika, is if you could wave a magic wand right now. Mm-hmm. If you had a magic wand right now,
yes,
you could wave it and you could do one thing for Erika. Not somebody else, because I know you have such a servant's heart. You're always like, who can I help? Who can I help? You're the first person. If somebody says, I need help, you're there. Okay. You're always thinking about somebody else. I want right now, if you could wave the magic wand, but you could do one thing and it's just for Erika, what would you do?
Funny thing, I actually thought about you asking that question when I need something done for me. clean my phone from those 15,000 pictures I have.
Yeah. Join the club. Join the club.
Wouldn't that be something? That's something for yourself, right? That's definitely something for me.
Yeah. I got about like 15,000 pictures on here
15,000 pictures. Right? I'm serious. I don't know. I'm sure like half of them they're of my cat.
Yeah. That's good. Maybe we need a seminar. Somebody could do a web.
If somebody has a very yes
class on pictures or something like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, definitely. Well, that's interesting. Like every one of my pictures is already saved on iCloud, and I, for some reason, can't clear it off my phone.
No, I know. It's really, and we don't want to get rid of them. I'm looking back 3 years, 4 years of some trips, some change phone, but then the pictures follow me.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. Well, it's awesome. Well, Erika, once again, thank you so much. And anybody that's watching, please reach out and find out how you can support Erika. Do her a huge favor. Go buy a copy of Land for Success. More importantly, join us on Tuesday. Join us on Tuesday and hear Erika's story. Like hear her share her story in person for you. All right, and tell your friends about it. Invite some friends to the event as well. Any final thoughts, Erika, before we go?
Well, I will say that the feeling of being part of this project, being part of a book, I can't even express it. It's so wonderful, right? Now, the people who are watching, and you don't have a chapter here, but you can also be part of it, I would say. You can be part of it by supporting us, helping me become a bestseller. Yes. That is because I have done it as well for other other projects that they have launched. So I wanted to share that.
How can they help? How can they help? If somebody's watching, how can they help, Erika?
So first on the on Tuesday, May 11th, please download a copy. Read a couple of chapters. Give us a nice review, 5-star review. We're not taking under 5. No. It is important. It is important 5-star. Okay. And trust me, every chapter is 5-star. If I can just help you with that, I already decided. Definitely, that will help us enormously. Share with all of your friends, share with everybody that you know. You can get a copy for yourself and give the copy to somebody else. If you have more questions, if you are doubting anything, send me a message and I will guide you how to get to that. I just, there is no reason why you should not get a copy on May 11th on Tuesday.
That's amazing.
So, yes. All
right. We will see you guys on May 11th. Go and grab a copy of the book and support Erika. Erika, thank you so much. Okay. And enjoy the rest of your weekend with the family.
Thank you so much. Do the same. Thank you.
Thank you.